At the beginning of the story, we see a location where a photo shoot of a model is taking place. In this shooting, they are taking shots inside a swimming pool. Meanwhile, we see a man named Day who works here as an art guy. Just then, Day's girlfriend, Koi, arrives. They both love each other. Koi comes to the shoot with her dog, Lucky, because Day had called her with Lucky, as they were going to use Lucky as a prop. Anyway, Day comes to a room and takes his insulin. Actually, Day has diabetes, so he has to take insulin repeatedly. Just then, Koi comes there and gives Day a gift because today is his birthday. A small baby doll comes out of the gift, which makes Day think that Koi has gotten pregnant, so he immediately tells her to get an abortion. Hearing this, Koi says that she was joking, and nothing like that is true. After a while, when the show ends, everyone leaves from there after taking a group photo. The next morning, after cleaning the trash left after the shoot, he has to seal this place because no one will come here for many weeks. Day gets into the water, where his dog Lucky is also present. He throws a ball for Lucky, and Lucky runs to get it. Meanwhile, we see a newspaper in which there was news about a missing crocodile. Here, we see Day's friend Mayom. He turns on the pump, which causes the pool water to slowly drain out through the pipe. Mayom ties Lucky to a chain, too, so that he doesn't fall into the pool, and also tells Day to get out of the pool immediately, and also places his insulin shot on the table. We also see that his stuff is packed because he is going out of the city for 3 months. He came to say goodbye to Day. He requests that Mayom order pizza, to which he agrees. Now, after some time, Day falls asleep in the pool itself, and when he wakes up, the water level has dropped very low. Day swims to the edge and tries to climb up, but is unable to, and during this attempt, one of his nails comes out. Now panicking, Day shouts for help, but there is no one around to hear his voice. After this, he sees his phone is ringing, which is Koi's call, but due to the vibration, it is slowly sliding toward the pool. Day also gets ready to catch the phone, but then his dog Lucky slips and hangs from his chain toward the pool. To save him, Day goes to him and safely lifts him up, but by then Day's mobile had fallen. However, Day sees that because the charger was plugged in, it didn't fall into the water. He immediately swims to the mobile, but in his hurry to catch it, he drops the mobile into the water and damages it. After this, Day goes down to the drainage pipe underwater and places a towel on its lid to prevent the water from draining further. Outside, a pizza boy had come to deliver pizza, but he didn't see anyone there because Day was underwater at that time. When he finds no one there, he leaves the pizza there and goes away. Day sees the pizza guy, but his belt got stuck in the lid, and by the time he comes up, the pizza guy has already left. Now, due to tiredness, Day falls asleep again on the float. Sometime later, his girlfriend Koi arrives there. She doesn't pay attention to the water level. She is about to jump into the pool from the platform, but just then, Day wakes up and immediately stops her from jumping. But due to the distraction, Koi's foot slips, which causes the edge of the platform to hit her head, and she also falls into the pool. Day pulls her out of the water. Blood was flowing from her head. He lays her on the float and brings the cloth stuck in the ventilation to try to stop the blood from flowing from her head. Now night falls. The water level is dangerously low. Day checks Koi's injury, but the bleeding has not stopped. Immediately after this, Lucky starts barking loudly because the missing crocodile had come here toward him. That's why Day signals him to stay quiet. The crocodile had reached near Lucky, but the crocodile slipped from the pipe kept there and fell into the pool itself. Now Day was in the pool with a crocodile and his injured girlfriend. The night ended, and by morning the pool had dried entirely. Koi still hadn't regained consciousness. On the other side of the pool, the crocodile was sleeping with its mouth open. Day finds a positive pregnancy test kit in Koi's pocket, meaning Koi is pregnant. Day tells the unconscious Koi that everything will be fine. Day sees that Koi's injury is still bleeding. Day goes near the sleeping crocodile. Because there was duct tape in its mouth, Mayom had thrown it into the pool before leaving the previous day. Day goes to take the setup near the crocodile, but it wakes up. But Day takes the tape. The crocodile growls at Day, but at that time, Day comes back to Koi. He uses the duct tape and his clothes to bandage Koi's injury and stop her bleeding. He has collected some pool water in a bucket to drink. He looks at the pool's ventilation from where water fills and empties. He decides he will escape through that tunnel route. He removes the lid and goes to check on Koi. But meanwhile, the crocodile goes into the tunnel. He waits for a long time for it to come out, but the crocodile does not come out, so he goes inside the tunnel. He had found a way to go out, out, but it was locked. Meanwhile, he sees in the mirror that the crocodile has gone back into the pool from the other side of the tunnel and moving toward Koi. But just then, Day comes back and grabs its tail and throws it, but the crocodile doesn't attack him back. Sometime later, Koi also regains consciousness. She tells Day about her pregnancy. Day was right there. Now night falls. Koi was on the sofa, used for the photo shoot. Day notices Lucky is eating pizza. Lucky throws the pizza box toward Day, and Day and Koi were eating something after 3 days. Now, on the 4th day, their drinking water had also finished. Day becomes unconscious because he had not gotten his insulin and stays like that the whole day. He wakes up in Koi's lap. He asks Koi if the crocodile bothered her, but Koi tells him that the crocodile is female and she laid eggs during the day. Then the rain starts, and both collect drinking water. The next day, the crocodile was moving towards sleeping Day, but before reaching him, it fell into the ventilation. Day pushes it inside, and both cover the opening. Then they light a fire with the help of dry grass pieces and Day's glasses, and boil the crocodile's eggs, and eat them. At night, both try to climb up with the help of the sofa, but neither can reach the top. Both sit together and talk, but Day tells her he wanted Koi to get an abortion after getting pregnant. Hearing this, a heartbroken Koi slaps Day, but Day handles her. Both know they won't be able to survive another day in tomorrow's sun, so both decide to bring the crocodile back and go into the tunnel themselves. The next day, they open it. The crocodile comes back and goes toward its eggs. Koi quickly goes inside the ventilation, and seeing that its eggs have been stolen, it attacks Day. But Day manages to go into the tunnel at the right time. Day hadn't taken his insulin shots for a few days, which was making his condition worse. He sees the injection that Mayom had kept on a table near the edge. Day tries to pull the injection toward himself with the help of a spring wire, but it falls down and breaks. Both start crying because they don't see any hope of getting out, but just then, Day finds his insulin case there because Mayom had accidentally dropped it into the ventilation. Day finally injects himself. The next day, both see a glider flying above the pool. Day tells Koi to seal the entrance of this pipe so that the crocodile cannot come inside, and he goes outside himself for help. But when he comes to the pool, he sees that the glider is a children's toy. Day starts shouting in the hope that if someone is around him, they will hear him. Just then, due to strong wind, the iron wire breaks and falls inside the pool. He tries to climb on it. He was happy because the wire was easily lifting his weight. His palms get badly injured, but Day doesn't stop climbing. He was just about to reach the top, but the wire opens and Day falls back into the pool and becomes unconscious. When his eyes open, he sees the crocodile biting his leg. Day somehow escapes from the crocodile, and his leg is badly injured. As soon as night falls, rain starts. Where Koi is, that tunnel was closed with a barrel, which causes water to fill there. She keeps hitting the barrel to call Day. Day hears and goes back into the tunnel, but this time, he decides to go to the other end of the tunnel. He tries hard and finds an exit there too. He somehow opens it and comes out happily, but in just a few moments, all his hopes are shattered because there were 2 swimming pools in this facility, and he just came from one swimming pool to another pool, which is as deep as the previous one, and this one also has no way to go outside. Now, on the 7th day, 2 people come to get their glider, but Koi and Day were inside the tunnel. Both descend into the pool with a ladder to get their glider, but they don't see the crocodile because it's hidden behind the sofa. Day hears both talking. He immediately came outside, but both had left. But they had left the ladder there. Before going to the ladder, the crocodile attacks him. On the other side, where Koi was, that place had almost filled with water. The crocodile was about to kill Day, but just then, Koi called out to Day. Hearing Koi's voice, Day gets courage and throws the crocodile away. But the barrel to which the ladder was tied rolls away, taking the ladder. Day's last hope of survival also ends. Koi was continuously blowing a whistle, which attracted Lucky because this was the same whistle with which he was trained. Day tries very hard to stop Lucky from coming down, but his attempt is useless because Lucky jumps. The cute dog was still tied with the chain. Jumping from the chain, he gets hanged. Helpless Day just watches him die, and Lucky slowly dies from suffocation. Seeing this, Day gets very angry and loses his temper, and kills the crocodile with the help of a pole. After this fight, Day was badly tired, but he also had to save Koi. He again gathers all his courage and strength, and using the dead Lucky and his chain, he finally comes out of the swimming pool, and after 7 days of struggle, he finally gets out of the pool. He immediately goes near that vent where Koi is trapped. It had filled with water. He tries to open the vent with a large pipe, but as soon as the lid opened, his balance got disturbed, and he was about to fall into the pool again. But luckily, he catches the edge and climbs up with all his strength and willpower. He immediately goes into the ventilation and pulls out an unconscious Koi. At first, it seems Koi has died, but after many attempts in giving her CPR, he saves Koi, and as they hug each other, this story also ends here.